barrister, you just mentioned women in such situation. It's very important to prioritize them first. Where do you think they can go to get this counseling or being able to be spoken to and allow them to take a decision on what they want to do?
Okay, I think in Lagos there are a lot of report agencies in terms of rape. We have a whole lot of foundations that take care of rape victims, even for the married ones. There are a lot of agencies in Lagos that take care of something like that. So they could approach any one of these agencies. I think their numbers are online, they're everywhere. You could just Google it and then call the number. That is the first step. And then from there, they take it from there. They take you through counseling and all of that. So apart from that, the legal aspect is also there. When something like that happens, you have to, go to court to try to get the victim justice from there and all of that. And that is also going to add to the trauma, having to come to court and then relive the situation all over again, even if you want to keep the baby. It's not as easy as it seems.
The situation will keep coming fresh.
It should keep coming because by the time
but
they
that's a
address the
situation
issue,
where you know the rapist. That's a situation because some of these people just do and take off. You might not know who exactly the person is.
That is true. So that is also one of the reasons why it's important they reach out to these agencies, these foundations, for help. And many of them are free. They do their thing based on...
Can I suggest that? I don't know all this foundation about those. To me, I feel that the clinics, every clinic in Nigeria should have a counselor before you even want to carry out. Let them fully assess your situation, just in case you might change your mind and have a positive
one talk
just
with
because they might not want to reach out to call it anything, but it's going to be at the point where you're about to go and do the abortion and everything. I think there should be in all the clinics that are doing it a place where they can have both ways, and this is the positive, this is the
negative part of it,
and talk to the husband, counsel them and say, see whether they can keep the child.
You just brought in a good aspect of this conversation, which has to do with the husband. You said the husband. Now, in Africa, do you think any man would want to stay with a wife who was pregnanted by a rapist?
A true African man will not, if you ask me. A true African man with pride. The average African man is with full pride.
What does pride got to do with it?
It is, because when you bring such a thing, and the man ordinarily may want to, accept, maybe after the agreement with the wife. But when you think of what family will say, what will I tell my family? What will the society say? Some men with their pride wouldn't want to, be associated with such
To
thing.
me, that's not pride. That's being a coward. Because it's not about you.
Okay.
Whatever happens, you're in a marriage with somebody, right? And then this happens to your wife. So what is it to be your ego? What has your ego got to do with the situation?
Yeah.
That is what we're talking about. That's an African man for you. African man will not say they're coward. You can never see an African man that will tell you, or he's a coward. It's pride. There are certain things they would have accepted or agreed to do ordinarily without raising any shoulder. But because of the pride in them, they wouldn't.
Well, that's true. The stigma that is attached
The community.
to it.
Yeah.
And
the people know how to actually to call their names. You can just be going on the road and the next somebody is pointing at you. And this is how many people can take that? Except you are this, you must be very enlightened and well read to accept some certain things.
Anyways, this is so sad, talking about it and just visualizing if it's real, what will the woman be going through? Because all this affects the woman more.
Yeah.
All of this affects the woman more.
A lot.
Psychologically, mentally, what we should be
Physically, emotionally.
That's why I said
that could even lead to
prioritizing the
suicide.
woman.
Yes, that could lead to suicide. You just be wondering.
It will
it's not
traumatize
enough
her.
that I'm raped and then I'm pregnant on top of all. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's leave DNA, pregnancy to all those that it concerns. Yes, okay. So let's move on to, we're talking about women, we're women seated here, conversing, talking about women. What barriers do you think exist for women in leadership? Let's take example, or taking a look at Senator Natasha, being a woman in the House of Senate and all what she went through. Do you think it was a barrier that made her to go through that? Or do you think it's a man's world, like the men would say it? Okay, the House of Senate is the man's world, so she has no right to speak whatsoever. What's your think?
You know, I think obviously we are in Nigeria, and then if you look at the political space, right, of how the gender balance in the political world, you can see that we've never had a female president. And aside that, if you're checking the number of people in the Senate, men are more than the women. So this gender imbalance is already a male-dominated sector in the political world, where women's voices are being suppressed. And so, you know, the fact that she came out to say, you know, what was done wrong to her, she came out and then she was really, you know, bold enough and courageous enough to take that, you know, ahead, that thing. That is just the exceptional thing about her that every other woman should emulate, because not everybody would come out. That silence part is what kills women the most.
Yeah.
This happens to me, I will lose my job. She didn't care about whatever anybody has got to say. She just was courageous to say whatever has happened, the way it happened, and I'm going to fight until my voice is heard. So I think that is one of the barriers, being that gender imbalance. You're in a place where men are male, they are more dominating, you know, in a particular sector. You find yourself in that particular situation. So yeah.
I have something I want to say. I love Natasha. I love her boldness. I love her courage. She did not just stand up for herself, if you ask me. She stood up for every African child. She stood up for every African girl child out there. You understand? Generation unborn will come to hear of this situation that happened to her. In the House of Senate, I think we have like 3 or 4 women. You know, they did not just, they tried to oppress her, to suppress her, to intimidate her. To top it all, they bullied her. She was thrown all sorts of pebbles. But what did she do with it? She built her strength with all the pebbles they threw at her. You know, she's a source of inspiration, encouragement to every African child. The bully was just too much. I salute her courage. She was courageous enough to speak. Even when they bully her up to the time of resumption, they did want her to resume. You understand? She kept talking. She kept speaking. You know, why are they always bullying the woman? Why are they always silencing the woman? They don't want the woman to speak. There is no nation that can strive and succeed without a woman. When it's time for election, they come back to the women. When it is time for voting, they come back to the women. And when it is time to speak, to share the national, to build the nation,
go ahead and say it.
They want to sideline the woman. I like politics. I would have been in politics by now because I actually work with politicians. But I'm not there because they will call you names. They will tag you names because they see you as maybe you're a woman, you shouldn't be here, you should be at the back, you shouldn't be speaking. But they have an opinion.
In the other room.
Exactly. You can be seen, but not heard.
You can be seen and not heard. And not everybody are wired like that. Some people are wired to be heard. Some people are wired to speak not for themselves, for their generation. Just like Natasha did. Natasha did not speak for only herself. She spoke for a lot of women out there. Natasha has given voice to the voiceless. So women in their offices, in their corporate organization, cannot speak. Look at the case of the national NYSC. She was able to speak. Though she will be bullied, but she spoke. And whenever you speak, you have the courage to stand up and speak for yourself and for your fellow women. Be bold enough to chase whatever comes out of it.
I am smiling. You know why I'm smiling? When you said kudos to Natasha. I love when women are given the opportunity or praised when they do something good. But I've just been told that we're going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay.
I wanted to add something.
Go to my page. I posted Natasha. I am for Natasha. And I want every Natasha out there.
She came up because one of the senators wanted to start to sleep. Wanted to
Any advice? Are we getting wrong?
No, we're going. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Welcome back to Women in Conversation here on ITV. I mean, we've been enjoying the discussion. We're talking about the barriers that women that exist in women in leadership, and we're looking at Natasha as a case study, Senator Natasha, and of course Edith has just broken it down. I was just smiling all through because I get excited when I hear that a woman stood up for her fellow women.
Oh yeah.
But Abiodun, let me come to you. A lot of people said she made a mistake by taking it out of the country. You know, she went on the was it the UN thing and all that, and so people said she shouldn't have gone there to speak, that she should have remained in Nigeria and fight the battle here back home. What's your take on that?
I would say, Natasha, well done, because because there was not
Kudos, Mama.
Here. Women don't have that voice.
They don't have
in United Kingdom, in United Nations, no, we hear her out. And to me, she's very brave, very strong, because she could have been killed or assassinated, but God kept her. So to me, I just look at it, what kind of, I've heard my sister said, and the barrister, and Patricia said, about her courage and everything. But at the end of the day, you said something about generation. Yeah, because to me, I want, when I leave this earth, when I die, what legacy are you leaving? What are people going to say about you that matters? So even if she died in that process, at least you hear of different stories of people that have died in the process for the sake of many people. So basically, she was a deliverer.
Yeah.
She started the process. Whereas still, as we said, there's still many people not in positions, women not in positions that they should be, because we're way behind. In the Senate, we've got 3 women.
Can you imagine
There's
that?
more women in this country than men. So where is their voice?
Yeah, be silent.
Inequality, it's been oppressive. So, so they need to come out and start to put women in the rightful position. Yeah? And then the quota should be fair. It's unfair. It's unfair. So where is the women's voice? So, with the situation that happened, it must have happened for a purpose, for a reason, so that the eyes of the government can open and start to see that there's inequality, there's unfairness, and the courts, it's not. They need to put women.
I think
back in positions.
the men really have to do much. You should treat a woman the way you want another man to treat your girls or your wife or your children. If you bully the woman, another man may also bully your wife or your daughters. You understand? They should stop the bullying. They should allow the women to
this
speak.
Thing that you just said, maybe you said the men should stop the bullying. I just want to point something out to you, that I hope you know that if there are 10 bullies in the political sector, 5 or 6 will be men and the rest will be women.
For fellow women.
Because women are competitors against themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that is
There's something with language we used to speak in school, they Okpoyo, not they like Okpoyo.
So that is something that, because even the Natasha case, I think they paid
Yeah, they didn't stand up for her.
They paid other women to
protest
speak against her.
And they went on the protest.
So, and those women will stand up, and they are even more, bitter than the men that she did.
But why is it like that? That's it.
That brings me to the next question. How can women stand in solidarity with each other?
Enviness will not allow them.
Exactly.
Enviness.
Jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy.
Envy, because I think
unnecessary competition will not allow them.
Bring in pride.
Unnecessary competition will not allow them.
Competitors. You feel like because normally you could see that first of all, women compare their bodies. That is something that, if you're even talking about the issue of body shaming, you see a lady just pass, and then 2 people are like, why is she this way?
See her stomach, see her head.
And
the man will look away. The man will just look away and will start saying anyone. The woman can't hold her mouth.
The woman will be the one to criticize.
Their fellow woman.
I feel women are also the issue, because there's no unity amongst us.
They say now who no man the key man. Now the woman that is a fellow woman.
There's no form of unity, and that's a big issue.
Yeah.
Women have to conquer that thing so that you can be able to embrace ourselves, support ourselves. Because I've even experienced it, even in the legal sector too, as well. You find out that people who even criticize you more might even be the women. Tell you, I won't do it this way, I won't take it this way. There's no form of unity. So if we can come together as one, that is what's going to, at least first of all, because they said, what's that saying? That united we stand,
divided we fall.
So just imagine if 80% or 90% of Nigerian women supported Natasha.
Oh, she would have gone to...
She wouldn't even need to go
to outside the country.
To UN.
Anyway, you said unity. That one says unity, we can stand solidarity for one another. What's your own?
Stay unity. When there is unity and we speak...
But you started with enviness.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, you are going the other way now. Why I said some women don't support others because of enviness. Like she said, when they see you doing something, instead of them to support you, they rather talk you down. And when you ask them to go for something like that, they won't. They won't do it. They won't allow you to do it. They will feel jealous. They'll feel they should be the one getting it. They should be the one there. Ask them to go, you see, they will draw back. There are some people that are very good in layback. You know, there are some people that like to come up and do something. When you cannot do something, why don't you support the person that is doing it? When you are not bold enough, you are not courageous enough to speak out, why don't you stand beside or behind the person that is speaking out and cheer the person up? That goes a long way.
Okay, we have 2027 elections coming by. I mean, we're sitting here now to discuss women not supporting each other. What are those measures do you think we should put on ground to be able to have more women in the political field?
Okay, that's why, you know, when we talk about the issue of that unity, it's something we don't have as women. If you bring up a female candidate and say, oh, she's well educated, she's good for the job, 80% of women will tell you no. They will look for the flaws, what she does not have. That is what they will focus on.
Nobody's complete and nobody's perfect.
They will now project and amplify your flaws. So that the men can now talk
Abiodun, are you going to say amen to that?
No.
Are you going to say amen to that?
No, I'm looking at how we can solve this problem.
Good, yeah.
Because, you know, envy, jealousy, where is it getting us to?
Nowhere.
Sipping,
Nowhere.
biting. And then when you're looking at 2027 elections, I'm just looking, is there a women's party? Is there anything where, you know, I'm not saying we should be divided with the men, but where, you know, there's a woman that can even join
a political party.
Yes.
You're talking about so there should be a political party for women.
Yes.
Just only women.
Just not.
No, not
I
just
don't know how you
women,
do it, but where at least
more women,
we can have a voice and then probably join to, because the way they do it in the UK, once you have a party and then you group and you have enough quota, we're more than the men. Yeah. And we're unity.
Statistically,
there's no way PDP or whatever, they will not come to join, because you will not win the elections unless they join, because you have to place them. Is that right?
That's where they divided. That's because we have no unity.
So I'm not saying where.
Hold on a minute. Yes, go ahead.
If I'm making sense here.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, what I'm saying. Where we can join together and as a voice, that you need to put us in positions so that we can have a voice and make change, because you've led us all this while. Where has been the improvement? Maybe if a woman is there, because we give birth, we have compassion, and I don't know, there's something that goes in our veins that we will not allow to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know, because behind every successful woman, there's a woman.
Beside every successful woman, not even behind anymore.
Beside, thank you. You corrected me. I just feel that this thing is touching me like this, because I just feel that, so where are the women? You're saying that we're not in positions and we're not, but where are you? What are we doing about it? What are we doing about it?
Okay, what are we going to do about it was the question I actually asked. 2027, it's close by. I mean, the year is running out, and you know how we do our politics in Nigeria and Africa. 2026 will be dedicated to 2027, you know. Politically, everything will start happening, who is coming on board and who is not coming on board. What do we do to get more women to come on board on this trip?
Okay, I think just the way we're here and we're trying to orientate, you know, because of course there are women who will be watching, women who are interested in politics, or even those who are already in politics, you know. I think because if you check, out of 10 men in power, you will still see one woman, because that is what they do. they try to balance it up.
In
You know,
Nigeria,
improperly.
Yeah,
Yes,
they do.
that's what they do.
They will not use the woman
They
to
will just use
hold the
one
women,
woman.
to market the
Thank
Market
you.
Women
So
Association.
every 10, there's one woman.
Yes.
And
Empower.
they do it.
Yes.
They
In
do.
Nigeria.
Yes.
They do it.
They
So
do.
where
They
are
will
the
just
women in the
make
Senate?
that
Sorry.
one
That's why I
woman.
said 3.
Yeah,
Maybe,
we
yes.
have just 3.
They may
Because
not
I'm
be in the
very
Senate.
sure, yes, there are
Okay.
women who have that power. You
To
know,
mobilize,
to
to mobilize for
to
them.
create this political party idea you're talking about. There are women in power who can make that happen. You know, so the few who are up already, who are up the ladder, should be able to at least be liberal when another woman or women who come forward, instead of talking them down or letting the decision of the men overrule your own decision, because that's what happens, because they report back to these men in power.
See, I don't think with what we have would do that part, because if that was the case, how many people supported Natasha?
I was going to come there. I mean, even the few women in the House of Senate didn't speak
They didn't
for her.
support her.
That was so
They
disheartening.
didn't support her.
It
They
was so
didn't speak for her.
disheartening. It was so disheartening.
So she
So
was
that's-
standing
I think that's
alone.
all alone.
That's the issue. So that's
All
why
alone.
orientating, at least for them
Yeah.
to know that there's nothing you gain from hating her. Although what they could gain financial gain, because
Like
Or
Barrister
appointment
said.
gain.
appointment, that's
yeah.
it, appointment
Like
gain and all
Barrister
of that.
said, I think I will further buttress that there should be sensitization.
Yeah.
The women that are already up there, political leaders, they should sensitize the general public. They should be an amplifier. They should be a voice for the upcoming women. You understand? If they put out a jingle, it's not a bad thing for women to come into politics. And anybody that venture to go into politics, there should be a support. There should be moral support. There should be, if need be, there should be financial support for any woman that come up into political space. You know, there are few women in the political space, and when you are up there, don't pull down any woman that is coming up. Give them opportunity to come and meet you. If they come there and meet you up there, you never can tell how they will support it, and maybe, the more the merrier.
I'm going to say this. It's not all the women. It's not 100% we're talking about. We still have some women that their heart is so beautiful and they are ready to pull other women up. But like we said, the percentage is low. The highest percentage are those women body shaming women, those women that are not standing for women, those women that are not going to support women, those women that will ask, what's she coming here to do? Those women that feel envious and those women that feel threatened. Some women are threatened. Even in your workspace. I have been in a workspace where my colleague was just threatened by me.
By your presence.
Yes. And she was going to do everything to bring me down.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I saw this from the day one, and I worked with sense and wisdom. Let me put it that way. So I didn't give her the opportunity to do that, even though she tried. She did everything to want to put me down, body shaming, not allowing me speak when I want to speak. She's like, excuse me, I don't think you're doing it the right way. Let me see.
They always know it all. They always know it.
Yes, they always know.
They want to be. They want to shine. They want to
And I
outshine
think the
you.
issue is fear.
That's what I said.
The thing is that
Naturally, women are scared.
Yeah. No, that wasn't fear. That was envious.
No, I'm saying
is
in the
fear
area
and
of
envious.
Now
even
you're going to take her position.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, they want to shine alone.
An introverted person. I
Yeah.
don't think you would have even been able to stand up to her
Yeah.
or something.
You just
go
shrink.
back into your shell.
You just shrink, and that's it.
Can I say something to all women? Let's appreciate each other. Let's be content with ourselves and do our best to encourage everyone. Because to me, when you say somebody's going to take somebody's position, because I hear it a lot and I've experienced some things, and I said that, listen, if you do your best in wherever you are and be who God has called you to be, whether you encourage the person that is ahead of you, because as you serve, even the Bible, as you serve them, God will promote you.
And
And
you
if
will
it's
be
not
safe.
your space, don't go there, because you don't know that by you going there, it can harm you. So just be content with where God has placed you. Be
Let
happy
me-
and encourage those that are ahead of you.
Let me add to what you just said. To my fellow women out there, please support every woman that you see. Lend a voice, lend a helping hand. You women, take care of yourself. Relearn, unlearn, and make sure you put yourself in a position where you'll be accepted. We shouldn't talk down our fellow woman, and don't body shape any woman. Don't body shape any woman. every woman out there was created by God Almighty. You cannot create a soul.
Yes.
So the soul that you cannot create, don't body shame that soul. Thank you.
And we should also remove the issue of tribe.
Chisom, I was going to come to you because everybody has just advised the women. So please look straight to the camera and give your own advice.
Okay. So I was flowing with what Princess was saying, because if you were just saying, please love one another, you know, it's not going to work. I mean, they've heard this saying countless times, millions of times. Ladies, there's a lot of women program. Yeah, let's come together, let's come together. But you have to take this thing seriously. Remove the issue of tribe and every other discrimination and segregation.
Tribe and religion. Tribe and religion.
She's Muslim. I can't associate with her. This is how they behave. I can't associate with this person. She's from so state.
We have just been indicated that time is up. I mean, time gets up when it's getting interesting. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, we are all women, and you know we serve just one God. Love one another. That's what Abiodun has said. Your last words, Abiodun.
Yeah, I would just like to say that, as we say, love one another. And again, every woman, you have a gift, you have a calling. There's something that God has created you to do before you were formed in your mother's womb. Try and find out that gift, try and find that calling, and be the best woman, be the best sister, be the best wife, be the best person that you can be. Just do your best.
Be the best
eliminate
person.
Anything.
Thank you, Abiodun. Be the best person. Your last words, please.
I would say a woman will shine, but many women will shine brighter.
Your last word.
Okay, my last word would be remove the issue of fear. You want to come out for election, you want to come out in your school, in your church, you want to come out for any position, take away the issue of fear. Be bold, be courageous, you know, and make sure that there is nothing that is going to stop you. Don't look at what people say or what anybody thinks about you. You have your own uniqueness, just the way Abiodun said. So I think
yes, we've come to the end of today's program. Thank you, Abiodun, so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope when we call on you, you'll be back here. And then Chisom, I mean, you took your time off as a barrister, your busy schedule. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And to you, Princess Edith, I know how busy you are making people beautiful. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we've come to the end of today's program. Yes, thank you for being with us. We'll be here same time next week. My name is Patricia Ureno Gabriels.
Thank you.